Here we go. All right, now this is one of the candidates, man. A young man. Y'all can see him in his face. He's a young man. He did his thing on the stage tonight, man. Really appreciate it. Brought a breath of fresh air to the candidates. You know, the guy doesn't look like he's part of the good old boys club, so that's refreshing for us to see. Introduce yourself to the people, my man.
My name is Jon Sewell. I'm definitely not part of the Good Old Boys Network. I might be part of the Young Boys Network, rolling through town, but we'll see where that goes. My man Nolan over here, he's only a year older than me, but a lot wiser. He's had some great stories for me also. And I think, at least for what I'm trying to do, is demonstrate that it's possible for people to get involved in ways that you did not even dream of. Because guess what happened? There was a Channel 2 Nashville Mayoral Forum on Tuesday. I was not invited to that one.
Okay.
We get there. Jacob, my friend Jacob and I get in. We're the last two people in. We sit down. They start rolling this teaser, the trailer for their whole forum. Turns out a building that I made, that I've invited Nolan to before, that houses art galleries, studios upstairs, a place for people that are typically outside of the conventional decision-making system, is part of their is part of their buzzing art scene in Nashville, Tennessee. And we were looking at each other like, what the hell? That's my build. So I'm not allowed to get on stage, but then you're going to use my building as marketing fodder for your lead-in story. I'm sorry. I think there's something wrong with that. And so I think not what we have in Nashville is a deficit in the decision-making process, not just in our budget. God knows where the money went. They're going to talk about that for years.
Yeah.
But we also have a deficit in the processes that we've created, and there's a way that I think we can encourage younger people to get involved. I forgot to say it up there because it was so damn hot, but I would love to see things like extending municipal voting rights to 16 and 17-year-olds.
Okay.
Definitely restoring rights from those that have been incarcerated. Find people that have been typically outside the system, because guess what? You can make an argument to the business-minded class out there that you will also get economic efficiency out of that will benefit your city. You're going to things like that. I'm pushing decriminalization of drug use, decriminalization of prostitution. You're going to save money. Don't put that on the cops. The cops don't want to talk to someone about their whole life. Have someone talk to someone about drug use that they already do. Doctors.
Now, I do want to ask you this. Now, the crowd, I heard a couple oohs and ahs and huns and what when you said decriminalize prostitution. Explain a little bit of that to the people, because when people hear that, they're like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
It's going to throw some people off. Sure. What we have, I'll start from a place that we all recognize that it's a two-tiered system. We have, and not everyone knows him, but there's a high-profile example of a local rich guy makes like $750,000 a month. All sorts of kinky. I'll just leave it there.
Gotcha.
So he's always dealing with escorts and stuff like that. No one's ever in trouble. But then we put our priority is then to bust the streetwalker. At me looking, especially, this will resonate in places of worship. Take the people that are vulnerable in society and help them out. At least in my neighborhood, and I will say, and unfortunately, it's not a joke. The prices for some of these favors are so low. To me, that indicates an economic desperation. People are trying to survive. If we can take the teeth out of the two-tiered system, where we're not just going after the lady on the street or the gentleman on the street, we can do away with that, because we're not going after the high-price escorts. I'll put it that way.
That's a fact.
Same thing with drug use. We're not, here in Nashville, we're not kicking in doors in Green Hills or Belmead. We're doing it in North Nashville.
7208.
Exactly.
And even speaking of that, man, what is your plan for that? What does North Nashville look like in the next 4 years if we do choose you as our mayor?
For me, I think what'd be really interesting is we start taking some of that money, bring it back to the neighborhoods. I was pushing something called participatory budgeting. David Riley kind of messed that up. It's like, yes, we do have a council member, but as I'm sure everyone will know, your council member may not always have your district in their best interest.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When you elect people, they're people, and that's the way it is. But people are fallible; they make mistakes, and sometimes somebody gets a little piece of the pie and they want a little bit more, and they're like, how do I perpetuate my career in office? So sometimes they won't do what's best for their district because they're going to do what's best for them or friends of theirs or people have donated to them. So I would love to see what's called participatory budgeting. And it's where the city says, hey, we got this chunk of money that when we finally get it back out of downtown, we're going to invest in your neighborhood. You get people together. Maybe you use the neighborhood group, the neighborhood association as a way to organize that. But you have people participate in the budgeting of the money that comes to their neighborhood. So then you're going to find people will be like, yeah, maybe we don't need to give this free giveaway here. What if we improve our sidewalk network? What if we improve our bus network? What if we improve the infrastructure that's under the street? Yeah. What if, this is me, and this will resonate more in my district, it's closer to downtown. What if we just start shutting down streets? What if people in the neighborhood is like, all right, we don't need that street there for cars. Quit killing people with cars, let people walk. And I know at least in some of the neighborhoods around here, you have terrible road design. Yes. So then you read on the news, it's like people are getting hit by cars all the damn time. And it's like, what is going on? What's up? Why are the sidewalks so hard to use? Why are the crosswalks so hard to use? And then using participatory budgeting, then you could get those stories from people that live in the neighborhood, and they could tell you, here's where the money needs to go. And sometimes that will not align with what the council district person or representative wants. And so at least for me, that's part of my bigger scheme is making local government more accessible for people, encouraging civic engagement, and for someone like me, that's direct democratic assault on what's happening out there. Because in Nashville, Tennessee, it only takes 25 signatures to get on the ballot, so I could get up there and I could spew my wild ideas that, as you saw, resonate with the crowd. People are like, yeah, why aren't we talking about some of those things? Like, I'm sick of talking about scooters. I'm sick of talking about Broadway. For me, I'd love to see us shut down Broadway. I'd love to see that street shut down. I would love to see fun, wild things like, what if we had downtown nights with no dudes at all? And why? It's wild. Let just women or people that identify as women or non-binary, let them have downtown for a night. That's a way to fight back against some of this bro-country attitude and the good old boy network, and we start to live for Nashville, and we start to live for people that live here and are making it a better place.
Okay. Last question. Hold on real quick, Jenny. Last question, man. I know you can let this man get out of here. It's hot as hell in here.
It is a little warm.
Why you, man? You're inexperienced. You got these wild ideas. Women's night only on Broadway and shit. You got you want to decriminalize prostitution, decriminalize drugs, drug offenses, and things of that nature. Why you, man? Why should the people vote for you?
I think for me, well, what's going to happen, I would love to see people get behind a candidate that is not part of the machine. And I think that's where someone like me comes in. But I'm going to admit I'm not the best person. I may not be the best person to do that. So at least for me getting up there, maybe I encourage the next person, maybe that's you, to get involved. And people see me up there and like, all right, man, dude's kind of goofy. He has some wild ideas. I might be able to have some wild ideas too. And so then you start investigating in your district. You become more involved. You see what's going on out there. And if what I can do is, because I'm not going to be the best. I'm not going to claim to be the best advocate for some of my positions. They're positions that I hold dear to me. I think they would improve our town. I think they would humanize our processes. I think they would put people first instead of businesses typically. And I think there's a way to bend that conversation, and that's why someone like me can do that, because people see the inexperience and they're like, wow, he could get up there and hold his own, then maybe I can too.
My man, Mr. Jon Sewell.
Jon Sewell, for mayor of Nashville.
How can people get in touch with you? You can donate and follow your movement.
So part of the rest of the story is that I am doing it. I didn't say it here, but damn the money campaign.
All right.
I want to spend $0 and I want to raise even less. So I'm asking people not to donate to me. If you want to donate for a cause that you hold dear, that would be better for me. You donate to a nonprofit that you believe in, so put your money there. But you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter, but please don't get on there. It's a terrible place. At the Jon Sewell. and you could see what I'm doing, and you can see what I'm getting involved and how I'm doing it, and maybe it's a little more creative or artistic. It's going to be a little bit different flavor than from some of the more seasoned co-applicants that you see on stage.
My man, I appreciate it,
All
buddy.
right,
I'll be
thank you,
seeing you
sir.
around, man. Good luck with all of your endeavors, man. Y'all support this brother, man. Support
All
this
right.
brother. Breath of fresh air, man.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
dude. All right.
Appreciate
Thanks so much, man.
Appreciate it.